Now, folks, I carefully say that joke, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to say some things tonight that might offend you, might strike a chord in you. I'm not trying to do that. It's comedy. For about an hour and a half here, we're going to open up our minds and we can laugh about anything. I did that little midget joke down in Houston, Texas. Had a little midget lady come up to me after the show all pissed off. Yeah. Which to me is kind of funny because she's like, hey, fucker. I'm a smart ass. I'm like, hey, little girl. Don't open up your conversation that way. It doesn't work. But she looks at me and she professes her case. She's all mad at me. And she's like, hey there, funny boy, two midgets having sex, that's not kinky. And I'm like, but if I got one bent over a shoebox, hey, she was getting pissy with me, all right? But now she's really mad. She looks at me and she goes, don't you know what I do? Now it's like a guessing game. I'm like, you're a waitress in a limo. Much did it right there. We weren't really having. But then she explained. She said to me, she says, look, I'm the head of the League of Little People of Houston. I'm going to sue your ass. I'm going to sue your ass. And I'm like, whatever, you know. And then a month later, I'm back down there in court. Small claims court. Yeah, they didn't like that down there either. Let me tell you something, folks, about this little comedy business. Since we're doing this, what we do is we get flown in, we get put up in some nice hotels. The club usually takes care of that. Sometimes crappy hotels, you know, where the rats are outside going, I wouldn't go in there, man. But now when we get sued, like in any case, like with any one of you folks who get sued, you got to pay for everything. I had to pay for my flight down, my hotel stay, and everything else. Now, needless to say, I'm not real happy to be down there, right? Now, we get into court, the first thing I see are these 5 pissed-off little midget bastards all eyeing me, right? Now, I'm trying to make light of this, but I'm not real happy to be there. So the first thing the judge says to the group of little guys, he says, step up to the mic and name the organization that you work for. As soon as the first little guy gets to his mic, I run to my mic. I'm like, we represent the people. Yeah, I lost the cage, but that shit was funny, man. Check it out. But I say big freak sex monkey because we got them in the room. They're here. I want to show you. We need to know. Married people, clap if you're married. Come on, if you're married. All right. Sir, you were clapping, but she wasn't sure. She's like, I don't know. Is that what we've been doing? Oh. How long have you been married? He's thinking. He's like, I don't know. He's like, do I get a lifeline? Because I'd like to go with the audience on this one. Do you know how many years this, sir? 25. Come on, give it up for him. That's a very nice long time. Congratulations to you, sir. And that is, you know what, let me point out that here in America, if you're married over more than 2 or 3 years, that's a long time. It really is. Because think about it, we're the country that came up with leasing to a car, you know? We can't even say loyal to an automobile for more than 2 or 3 years. Yeah, think if you could trade your spouse and you'd be like, yeah, I want something a little bigger headlights, you know? Yeah, and the ladies would be like, yeah, I want something a little less exhaust. He's breaking down my ozone layer. But I gotta say, in 25 years, sir, you're keeping it? You're a freak sex monkey. Come on, aren't you? She's laughing. Why, man? She had to wear a bunch of different costumes and shit to about have it, you know? You laugh, you might go home tonight with an astronaut helmet on or something. You'll be like, Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. Hey, Woody, you know. Well, you gotta spice it up, don't you? In 25 years, you gotta throw a little spice in there. Have you ever done it in the elevator? Have you ever? Oh, you fucking do it tonight, sir. I'm not kidding. That is all around fun. I was dating this girl. She's like, do you want to do it in the elevator? I told you, I'm a freak. I'm like, oh, yeah. You know? So this is what we did. And I did some good thoughts for you folks if you decide to ponder this little avenue. The first thing we did is we got in the elevator, and then we stopped the power between floors. Then we start ripping our clothes off, and we start going at it. Now be careful, because you got to get that one leg up. Okay, yeah. I didn't have to show you guys that. But now, folks, I think I'm doing relatively well, right? I think rhythm's going good, everything's working. Then I hear this guy back of me on the elevator go, hey, can I go to my next floor? I'm like, all right, give me my underwear. Quit slapping my ass. Come on. Then I'm like, what floor? Third floor? There you go. Third floor. Big guy like you probably get the 10th floor, couldn't you, buddy? You'd be all like, you better back up. Bing! There you go. There you go, folks. Let me hold the door for you. Yeah, there you go. But just be freaky, that's the key. Now I got to ask you folks, who's freakier, men or women? Look at even women are like, women! And women are freakier for a couple reasons, and I'll tell you. First thing about it is women, when they get together for a bachelorette party, you got to watch this. You'll see them usually in the comedy clubs, and they always show up. And the ladies know, don't you? It's like a penis fest, isn't it? They got them, yeah, those penis sipper straws and penis. That's bullshit, lady. You don't see us walking around with vagina lollipops. I just washed it down. That's terrible. Now, fact number 2 that makes women freakier than men, and the ladies know this as well, and I want to hear a response. Ladies go to sex toy parties, don't you, ladies? Clap, yeah. A goddamn convention going on tonight. And don't lie either, because I'll check your purse for a punch card or something. You see that, buddy? Be like, yeah, Martha, one more punch, I get a free dildo. Come on. But you go. It's a whole new millennium, whole new level of sexual freedom. I speak for most of the guys in here, if not all. If you're going to go, go. And you're going to get those things, get them. All right? You know what I'm talking about, buddy? Yeah. Here's a thought, ladies. If you're going to get them, my only word of advice and caution would be is that you keep them up in a drawer where the kids can't get to them. Okay, laugh if you want, but nothing worse than a guy being woke up in the middle of the morning with a fake penis, laughing about his life. You know what? I just thought about it. There is one worse thing. No, that would be the real one, right? Yeah, that's exactly. But women go, and they get them, and they're sized, right? They're small, medium, Scud missile, stealth bombing. I dated a girl, she ran those parties. Those big ones are kind of intimidating. Sometimes I use those for gardening. The first time my neighbor saw me, he's like, what the hell are you doing? I go, I'm just dicking around here, Bob. He's like, is that a new Black & Decker? I'm like, it's a Black & Pecker. But I must ask you, ladies, and you can yell out an answer if you like, make it creative if you like, or just yell out the normal one. If the batteries run dry, what would you do? Thanks for yelling out an answer.
Use it anyway.
Wow, she's very creative. She's the MacGyver of dildo. I never expected that answer. The normal answer would be somebody would yell out, get new batteries. I say no. Now, ladies, heed my advice. This is true and it works. If you do it, if the batteries run dry on that thing, give it to your dog. Yeah, because now think about it. Nothing would deter a criminal more than that. Come on, you see the crime prevention? Be like, I'm not going in there, man. Somebody else didn't come out all the way.